Thanks for joining us for the release of Tiny Spoon's 10th issue. We are particularly excited about this one because it's actually our first ever perfect bound printing, and our contributors absolutely do not disappoint. I think it's one of our best issues yet, even though I say that every time, but it's really just a wonderful blend of so many different mediums and topics. This one didn't have a theme, even though we very often do, and it's the first time in a long time that we had an open call. So if you are ready to be surprised and dazzled, dive right in. And right now, we'll hear from a few of our contributors who will read some of their work in celebration of the release of issue 10. Hope you enjoy.
Hey there, my name's Ashley Frenkel. My pronouns are they, them. I'm really excited to have a poem of mine coming out in Tiny Spoon's 10th issue. This poem, Closure, is really a reconciliation and a coming to terms with all these past versions of myself and the memories associated with those, and how they live on in other places, even if they're no longer actively alive today, if that makes sense. So here's Closure. Thank you so much for listening. How do I live in the folds of a damp towel slumped in the corner of your room, in the soft space just under your stomach where my palm rested many times, in the back of a cupboard behind too many half-full containers of tea? Will you keep me alive? All the different versions of me in the little ways you move. I have come and I have gone, indelible, a fragment, a stretch of asphalt filled with pothole, filled in with more asphalt. I know you can still trace the lines of this chiseled form. Some say the mind is a cave, a cavernous and unorganized library of picture and sound and hunger. Oh, but can it be jubilant recollection? Do you remember me with fondness? The way I would accidentally cut you off in excitement, realize it, apologize too much, even though I wasn't sorry at all? Maybe you remember things that have since been replaced for me in the chaos of minced words and misinterpreted offerings. We used each other as grappling hooks and mattress without a bed frame, strangers now and maybe then too. Reacting instead of reveling, resting on the laurels of our youth, and though I am still young, I am not still the person that lies dormant in your memories. The person who could see, but not hear, and certainly not listen to the incongruities latent in our cold silence. I am a bundle of excitable molecules, refusing to be put upon or put out by the inclinations of strange desire. I accept that I carry on in these moments you carry in your body, and I release myself all the same. Thanks so much.
Hi, my name is Ashley Bunn, and I'll be reading my poem, Combing Light. Combing light, cataloged light and dark, bare wood, and the monarchy split and fall. When perforation finds solidity, is that when electricity? Singing with hands hidden, currents and pine, tap one, tap two, tap, tap, only the ghost of hearing, like footsteps upstairs, invisible neighbors I have come to know by rhythm. Hands measure spirit in inches, wires to bind merriment, and every drop in the ocean counts, he says, as we pass. I search for formula to fix the darkness, for equations to overcome this thickness, and the hands begin again, soft digits combing light, like cursive whispers, like braiding her hair.
Hi, I'm Shannon Finck, and this is my poem, Reverie in Transit. For isolation, there is a kick drum, returns to, dreams you don't remember. For dreaming, there is no remedy. But don't be nervous. Hold a dishcloth on it and listen to the organ coughing. This is how you want to spend every moment. Hush, Flowers are dying so you can have a chance to feel natural. Get even with a violin. Face it. Loneliness is a city without trains. You, a mezzo-soprano, with windows rolled up, your own high lonesome notes, a bone-setting reverb, returns to.
A murmuration. How late is late, whithersoever, what I am capable of doing, to the bridge, to the troubling, too long, too longing, a rescue, a murmuration, a flock, those birds, those darlings, late, late.
At Wood's Edge by William Clark. At Wood's edge, distinctly sensing something bleeding of sorts, within some sheltering dark space. I try my hardest to remember, but can't. Is following the illogic of a dream, like burrowing further inside yourself? The difference between noticing and telling is housed in the periphery. Lived through abuse becomes a component of instinct. I touched the bluish sap over the wound where the wood grew weak at the roots and split. Turn away your attention, and some forgotten thing, some slippery rotting piece of meat, finds its way again underneath your grip or lodged somewhere essential in the wheelhouse where the delicate gears meet. Trust only the calming patterns you couldn't have possibly summoned yourself. The last rain begins as a whisper. It was at the mouth by William Clark. It was at the mouth of a deep cavern where we happened upon the newly exigent memory, well aware of its rarity, symbol of truth, a specimen perceived only in periphery, fades away when looked at directly, blending with blind moment. We guessed at the enormous length to which the cave could anonymously extend inward into the depths of the earth. The memory, its immaterial projection, unlikely precipitate. Despite the sun beating down, impenetrable black facade. Staring at it makes you want to believe in starless black. Like an urge to root around the desiccated ash of a deep sorrow. Smear your body and face with it. I suspected there was a tether between the memory and the area in the cave so deep where all, finally, was only up. We left it alone, you could say abandoned, assuming it would be yanked away had we truly tried to alight upon it.
Forever Forests by Renee Cronley. Those of us born with forests planted inside us are given a lantern of deceased fireflies because clocks are irrelevant here. Arbitrary numbers cannot command the flow of time. I am birthed by an embryotic elder tree that puts its roots down where it is needed most. I plant seeds with my footsteps and dance with wildflowers in the breeze, singing songs that teach the ancient laws of life, so bees know how to pollinate and saplings reach for the sunlight. They grow into the tall, verdant wands that create the magic needed for breath. I rest under them when it is dark, hanging my unlit lantern on a branch while the bright relics in the sky tell me stories. I blow out fires and shed tears to nourish dry soil when the clouds are fatigued, and hum soothing lullabies to dead-fall trees. The forest flourishes. The nights, days, and seasons pass through me until I grow tired. The leaves on the elder tree wilt and die, but there is no ticking, there is only light. The fireflies in the lantern come to life, and I let them out to follow their warm glow into Mother Nature's eternal embrace. The crickets and owls are silent as I leave. They will keen after I am gone. And when another forest dies, an ethereal tug will rock the cradle of creation, and another, like me, snuggled tight in an elder seed, will spill out to nurture the earth.